What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am Josh with Wrights Woodworks. We are back in the shop again today with the Hydra 9 dual source laser by OneLaser. In past videos, we've gone over the engraving differences between using the two different tubes, either the 100-watt glass tube or the 38-watt RF tube. In today's video, we're going to go over the differences when cutting. So we'll do some cut test cards on both the 100-watt glass tube and also the 38-watt RF tube. We already know that the RF tube outperformed the glass tube with engraving. The RF tube can get so much finer details in those engraved tests. However, I think today the roles are going to be changed up a bit. Let's get started. All right, guys, first up we're going to test the 100-watt glass CO2 tube. I have speeds ranging from 20 millimeters a second up to 50 millimeters a second, and also power going from 20% all the way to 40%. Just a few things. All of our tests today will be done on this 1/8" Baltic birch and also with stock air assist. I've already did the engravings here, so all we're going to do is watch the cuttings now and see what happens. Then we'll be able to see what our optimum settings are and how fast we can go and at what power. All right, here we go. Okay, now that we got it all done, let's take a look. All right, pretty good. All right, so taking a look at the test card, almost all of them were cut out. I can see the 25% at 50 and the 25% at 40 are just hanging there. They could probably just be, if I tapped it hard enough, they'd fall out. So you want to be somewhere that's, obviously you can make sure all the cuts fall out. Probably somewhere in this 30 to 30. 30 and 30 would be ideal. You could probably run a little bit faster if you up the power just a little bit. You know, you can go 30% and 40, 30% and 50, and it all fell out. But you don't want to choose the best one just in case you have an intricate design and it won't get all those corners. So, you know, somewhere in this range right here would be ideal. But overall, awesome test card. Those will just pop out. So, I mean, pretty slick. All right, guys, next up is the RF tube. Now, the test card does look a little different. It's recommended by the tube supplier that you cut everything at 95%. So all we really need to change is the speed. So we'll cut at 95% all the way from 10 millimeters a second all the way up to 55 millimeters a second. Once again, stock air assist, 1/8" Baltic birch. Let's see what happens. Okay, here we go. All right, let's check out the results. See what falls out. Okay, now looking at the results, there's not too much obviously to compare because 95% is constant throughout the whole sheet. 25 Looks like it's the max. I'm not sure if I could push this one out or not. It doesn't look like it. The 30 millimeters might just be too much. You can see it kind of cutting through, but not really. So yeah, you probably want to stay in somewhere in that 20 to 25 range. I did some other tests outside of the video, and 22.5 actually worked really well, pretty consistent. 25 sometimes fell right out and sometimes stayed in, but was dang close. You could push it out every time. So I'd say 25 is probably your max, but anywhere between 20 and 22 is pretty consistent. This was kind of expected. Comparing to my buddy Brant, he has the 38 watt RF desktop from OneLaser, the XRF machine, and he was cutting pretty consistent at 20 as well, and up to 25, just depend on the design. So yeah, the results are consistent across all their machines. So yeah, there you go. Well, there you have it, the 100 watt glass tube versus the 38 watt RF tube. As far as cutting's concerned, you got to give it to the 100 watt glass tube on this one. A lot higher speeds with lower power percentages, was able to almost knock out all the test punches there, compared to the RF tube where you max out at about 25 millimeters a second. You might be able to push it a little bit more, but according to the test card that we used, 25 millimeters is the max. One thing that might change in the future, I'll do a future video on, is adding air assist to this, which will force a little bit more compressed air through the cut. You might knock out a few more punches on this card and maybe get up to 30 millimeters on the RF tube. Well, that's going to be it for today. If you have any questions, comments, make sure to comment below. We look at them, we'll comment back. If you like what you see also, like and subscribe. I will be definitely releasing more Hydra content in the near future, so check back often. Appreciate you guys. Have a happy new year.